On this week's podcast, we are talking more about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Have you seen the film?
So she must have signed to do both films because you couldn't have a different
I
character.
don't think they'll be doing another film. We're talking about men in the office, loving the men in the SheerLuxe office.
Harvey in that brother one.
So good.
Okay, can we reenact it?
So don't mess with my brother because I said
Get your hands
so.
off my brother. And who our hall passes are. He's a bit Chris Hemsworth meets Hems.
Exactly, babe. At least I like what I like.
Stay tuned, it's a good one. Hello and welcome to today's SheerLuxe Team Podcast with me, Georgie Coleridge Cole, SheerLuxe's founder and CEO. I'm also joined by Sarah Templeman, otherwise known as Hodge, our head of broadcasting and our head of marketing and innovation, my Luckie. Morning, ladies.
Morning.
First of all, I've had the serious lurgy, so if I sound a bit rubbish,
You don't actually.
oh my God, you should have seen me.
Oh,
I was in Dubai last week filming, and actually Tuesday night I started to get the tickle. And Tamara bought me everything she could. She's like, you'll be fine. This is like the king of Max and flu or cold and flu or whatever. I mean, was it hell? I mean,
Didn't touch the
anyway,
sides.
I literally got on the plane on Thursday and I was just a tap.
Oh dear.
I think one more night. I'm going to Doha tomorrow. One more night and I will be
Back fighting fit.
through the other side. So if I sound a bit ropey, I know. You just said what were you having for breakfast? Naked bar.
I haven't had a naked bar in years, you know.
same. I've
I
gone
love
off
these.
them.
Do you know? I love the purple ones.
I used to be really into them.
And I'm clutching this because you brought up Deliciously Ella.
Yeah, I just tried this weekend their new breakfast bars. I had the peanut and something one, but it's like an oat bar on the outside and in the middle it's got peanut butter.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yum.
I love peanut butter so much.
This is my breakfast. Cappuccino with coconut milk, just to be clear. Apparently that's really like passe coconut milk, but anyway.
I know. I'm a cow's milk girl.
Me too,
You're
dairy.
cows.
Cow's
Same.
milk, yeah. I had my standard smoothie, which has got kefir milk, actually, in it, which is good for your gut.
I don't know.
You went through on Instagram the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, jeez.
I know, it's a lot.
I'm tired even listening to
It's a
that
lot.
list.
Somebody commented that I can't pronounce Vasilium Husk. I don't know how to
Well, she
pronounce
can't pronounce
it.
anything for a start.
So-
I went away with her once. We didn't know each other very well. And we went away for the night. And she pulled out of her bag, I mean, what I can only describe as a trunk of supplements.
Are you
It was only one night.
It was extraordinary.
I love a supplement. I should rattle as I walk.
Oh, what about you? What did you have for breakfast?
I haven't eaten yet. I've had one coffee, so I'm gonna have breakfast after this. Should have a
Do you know,
porridge pot.
I watched, I mean, if Eloise or Tamara were here, they would be literally dying because I think the count, about 19 times I'd mentioned Chris Hemsworth and
New obsession.
New obsession. He's so hot. He did this 5-part documentary called Limitless, which I watched on the plane to Dubai. And one is on stress, where he has to walk across a crane in Australia over the water.
Oh,
And
is he
it's-
wearing anything though? A harness? He must be.
Sadly, he is in clothes. Is he wearing a harness? Yes, of course he's
But
wearing
no,
a
but is
bloody
there like
harness.
a net?
They wouldn't get insurance for that, I don't think.
Because the scary thing is to have nothing on you. But if there's a net and you know you're okay if you fall.
I mean, Annette, he is so high up. It's
They
like
can't risk
it's like
his
stepping
life,
off a
can they?
shard.
It's true.
No, he's got a bloody harness on him. Of course he has.
it's Monday morning, guys.
Okay, he's got a harness on.
on, Chris,
Anyway, he
step it up.
walks along this thing that is probably about the width of a diving board, maybe a tiny bit wider. But when he is so high up.
I couldn't do that.
And his training involves drown training. So it's all about your cortisol and how dangerous increasing your cortisol levels is all the time for your heart and for the duration of your life. And he works with this life longevity expert. And part of the training is drown training, which is what like Australia's equivalent to the SAS do in Australia, where they bind your feet and your hands and then throw you in a swimming pool and you have to like bounce off and then measuring his heart rate.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so that's the first episode. There's one on strength where he has to climb this rope up to this like cable car, up a rope, like a sort of circus acrobat would do. And another one where he fasts. There are 5. He fasts for 4 days.
Wow.
4 days.
That has water.
Water
Yeah.
but nothing else. Wow.
So ever since I watched that one, I'm feeling a bit hungry. I'm like, get a grip.
If Chris can do it, so can
Chris
I.
Hemsworth did 4 days. 4 days. And then at the end, they made him go and hunt for his food at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, it sounds stressful, indeed.
Like people from Tribes
He
do.
probably didn't
and
even
they went
need
and
a
filmed.
skewer.
Just picked it up with his bare hands. Tore it in half.
Anyway, he literally speared this thing underwater. But it talks about just like the regeneration of cells and how you have all these good cells, and then you have basically a few dodgy bad cells that really need to die out and go. But every time you eat, you're feeding these cells and keeping them alive. Whereas when you fast for that longer period, those bad cells die.
Really? Wow.
And the result is... Anyway, Laura was like, Georgie, I'm really sorry to break you. It's about 2 years old, but I really recommend it. And don't panic if you haven't had breakfast, because Chris Hemsworth went 4 days.
Yeah.
And
However,
then he went deep sea fishing, killed a fish.
but on cortisol, if you
Ate it
have
raw.
caffeine on an empty stomach, it increases your cortisol levels, which I'm on a mission to reduce my cortisol levels at the moment because I'm with Chris. It's bad for your heart health.
So, outfits first, Hodge.
I have got Saint Laurent mules on, jeans from Jakery, which I wear so much, which is...
Are your toes not so cold?
I've got socks on. I've got socks to put on after the pod. And this shirt's Label Edition, and my earrings are Yisso.
How about you? Nice shirt.
Thank you. This is from Karen Millen. My jeans are Abercrombie and my boots are Hush. I go top to bottom. You go bottom to
Oh,
top.
no, that is
Interesting.
weird.
I think it depends what the focal point is.
Yeah, I'm loving this shirt. Is that Anna Mason?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's got a fake tan on it already.
It is stunning.
I've got a fake tan on because I've still got a horrible cold, and I was just like, pile it on.
The pilot on.
Pile it on.
You look great.
Yeah.
So I've got an animated shirt. Oh, I'm not even going to say the name of this blazer. It's so well worn. I can't say it again.
It's great.
Yes, thanks.
I've got one.
I am wearing Massimo Dutti studio jeans, and I'm wearing a Nina Bing because I needed a boot.
You look great today, I must say.
Oh, thanks.
I'm really enjoying this
don't
look.
feel it. I needed that today, so
Yeah.
thank you,
Pleasure.
girls.
You look great.
Okay, new and noteworthy.
I started watching last night the new Leo Woodall TV series called Prime Target, which Callum described it to me as something like James Bond meets Good Will Hunting.
I think it's quite Good Will Hunting. As.
Yeah, it's giving
Is
more
Leo
good...
Woodall the chap going into Bridget Jones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
he
one
was in One Day.
Yeah, it's more Good Will Hunting so far.
I think that.
What is good one?
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. It's like an action film.
I
in the
remember that.
countryside.
They're like students.
film.
No,
It is
there's
a bit actiony.
no.
okay.
They're students. Minnie Driver is in it, and Robin Williams.
Robin
And
Williams.
Matt Damon. Is super bright, but he like comes from the
Correct.
wrong side of the tracks. And there's Robin Williams. I think sure it's Robin Williams. Like finds
is, yeah.
him, and he's like, "You've got your whole life ahead of you." But he's best friends with Ben Affleck, who's trying to take him down like a naughty route, crime and stuff. And anyway, but he perseveres, and he goes out with Minnie Driver, who's also a student. Anyway, they won Oscars for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's very-
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
Dude,
Anyway,
I've just never seen it.
so it's quite like that because Leo Woodall is a mathematician.
Yeah, he's at Cambridge University. He's discovered this code. He doesn't know what it means yet, but he's convinced that it's going to unlock the secrets of the world to do with prime numbers. But his lecturer is trying to shut it down because he knows something more than Leo does. The government also don't want this coming out. So that's so far what's happened in the first 3 episodes. The next one comes out on Wednesday.
We watched 2 episodes last night.
That doesn't give anything away,
No.
by the way.
What's
That
it
is
called?
the premise of it. Prime Target.
It's great, and it's sort of.
Is it? You're not. I'm not on the edge of my seat.
I
with
loved it. It's
excitement.
a bit like
I really
the
like it.
Jackal. Like there's going to be,
Have you
some
both seen the
action.
Jackal?
Yeah.
Do you really like
Loved it.
I loved it, yeah.
I loved
As
it.
much as Presumed Innocent, that's my new benchmark.
I loved Presumed Innocent. No, James didn't like the Jackal, but I loved it.
Yeah, I did too.
He thought it was too far fetched.
The Jackal.
Yeah.
But people like that do exist in the world.
But like how he got from the boat when they were chasing him on the boat when he managed to kill him in the sea.
Yeah, true.
I'm like, babe, I don't care about
What
fact.
happened next?
I just like that it's
Suspend
happened.
reality. Yeah,
don't
this
worry.
is entertainment.
Yeah, just want to be entertained, exactly.
But that's it. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Just persevere because it gets better in the second, and I think it will be a really good series. It's just the first episode's a bit slow.
Don't love Matt Damon.
It's Leo Woodall.
But good to know.
I hosted a dinner in Dubai last week, and they were all asking what our hall passes were.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise known as pink ticket.
We
in
love this chat.
country. Anyway, you know what mine is, so we won't bring it up again.
Well, now we know.
No, we don't need to. We just
Chris.
don't. No, we don't. Oh, it's Chris. That's it. Somebody's was Matt Damon. I was like, no, you can't.
No.
have
No,
Matt
that is
Damon.
quite strange.
No. Although I do love that you married a waitress.
Lovely. I said, are you confused? You mean Jude Law? Anyway, she didn't. She remember Matt Damon.
Mine's Thomas Shelby, but only Thomas Shelby in Peaky Blinders, not.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Is he your hall pass?
Yeah, I love him.
Well, that's clever of Callum because given that he's a fictional character, who's yours?
Well, actually.
How long
God.
have you got?
One of my things was this film I watched on the plane at Christmas, and it's called The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It's a film.
Oh!
Have you watched it?
No, I'm dying
It
to
is
watch
so
it. It's the Guy Ritchie.
good.
So Chloe and I had this big chat in the office. Sorry, side note.
Go.
When this is standard. I mean, this drives people mad. They're like back on the main road, but slight diversion is that Chloe and I had this conversation in the office with Joe and a couple of other people in commercial.
Yeah.
And I just think Guy Ritchie, The
It
Gentleman.
is so good.
The Gentleman, the movie, is, I think, Guy Ritchie at his absolute fucking
that's very
best.
good.
That and Snatch.
Well, this is so good because it's based on recently declassified files from World War II. And it's about how Winston Churchill put together a group of like mavericks and rogues. Most of them were in army prison and he got them out. And it was all under
This
the
is
radar.
fiction.
No, it's a true story.
Is it?
Yeah.
He pulled out a load of cons and put them into some tough...
And he said, if you're caught, I will never admit to it, so you're on your own. But if you get away with it, then you have a free reign for life.
Amazing.
But then,
Wait, don't give it away, because I'm going to watch it.
but it is so good, and because it's a true story, it is really emotional at the end because you're like, wow. Ian Fleming, who wrote Bond, is one of the military commanders who's involved in it, and the character that Henry Cavill plays, he based James Bond on it.
So Henry Cavill...
But he is not my crush.
Okay.
But I cannot tell you, it's a really, really good
Can I just
eye
ask a quick
candy.
question? What I was asking to Chloe was, is it Guy Ritchie, you know, like...
Yes, it's quick.
Snatch, The Gentleman, when it's so quick and it's moving ahead and it's slotting it together and it's just like...
Yeah.
That, to me, I love gangster stuff.
It's that. The energy and the pace is
You're
so
like,
good.
this is cool.
Yeah.
It's not just a war film.
No.
Okay.
Because James was like, you've got to watch it. And I was like, I'm not watching it.
No, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I bloody love
Watch
him.
it on the plane tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the hottie in it is called Alan Richardson.
Awful name.
And he
Can we
plays...
see him? He's a bit Chris Hemsworth meets Hems. isn't
Exactly,
he?
babe. At least I like what I like.
I've got some TV to throw in.
Okay, do it.
I watched on the plane.
The Traitors final?
It ends with us.
Oh.
Can I
I
also
watched it
tell
as
you
well.
though that on the plane I went to find Eloise and we giggled and giggled and giggled about what was going on here. We were on the plane, and she's like, "My team have just said we know who the traitors are." Anyway, can I just say I got Steph.
Oh, the SheerLuxe. We should say we played the Traitors in the SheerLuxe office. Yeah.
Yeah, so Maya made 3 people traitors.
Yeah, I was Claudia. I made 3 people in the office traitors 2 weeks ago, and only the traitors knew who each other were, but nobody else, apart from me, knew who they were, and everyone else was the faithful.
Anyway, I have to say, Steph I got.
Well done. Hardly anyone guessed her.
I'm not going to pretend I got her first go, but I'd probably say 4th go. I got you, Laura Black.
That's good, because I thought she was going pretty low
No,
key.
she popped in a couple of times with some fairly inconsequential things. There was just something she said, and I'm like, that just wouldn't normally pan to you.
Yeah, one of the challenges was
And then
that the
Mahmouda.
traitors had to get in as much TikTok content as possible, and then our followers would have to guess who they were. And Mahmouda, yeah, she played the game very well.
I just loved her.
She was
I
great
loved her when she was
responding.
quizzed.
Yeah.
When she was quizzed at the round table, and they went, "You've been in quite a lot of TikToks," and she went, "And so I should." I was like,
She's very quick.
go, well.
Yeah.
I mean, gutted that I wasn't at that round table. Anyway, Eloise and I were giggling like crazy. And then we ran off the plane to watch The Traitors on the way home. And then Hodge and I went to the same dinner on Friday night. And bearing in mind, I was pretty much dying of lurgy.
No, you were so good.
I went home and lay in bed and watched Traitors.
I watched it Saturday night.
I was a bit disappointed with the final.
I
people
was
saying
sad. I felt sad for Frankie.
Yeah, I did. With the whole like mother to mother thing. And then she was just like, Frankie.
Even like my 12-year-old Zach was saying, you can't use the mother to mother card. And I was like, wow, I love that you realise that is a massive
Deal.
shout. Yeah.
Well, she was just trying to make her believe
But
her.
I would have believed her.
Yeah,
as mother to mother, I
I'd
know
have
what
gone
you've been
on
through.
on my children's life.
She did do that.
I would never swear on my children's life
No.
over anything. And that is the way to get me. Who did you want to win? Oh, can I say? We did a SheerLuxe sweepstake.
Oh, we don't know who's won. You won.
So everyone got to put 2 names in
Yeah.
of who they think might win.
I put Alexander and Mina. But you know, I was really happy for Jake and Leanne.
Yeah.
Leanne's getting some grief.
Leanne, I'm a bit of a loser, like Married at First Sight. I remember in Dubai lying in my bed once and I was like on one of their Instagram pages. I was like reading the comments. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, turn your phone off.
Messaging me saying, we need these people on the show.
I was like, we need to get Taylor. What were they called? The plumber and the girl that
we
got
were
together and they've had
obsessed.
children.
So many successful stories out of Married at First Sight and Love is Blind.
I went down a bit of a hole looking at Leanne and she was getting a bit of hate saying that Frankie was robbed. I mean, it's a freaking game, people get a life.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just love, because I might have mentioned it before, but I wanted to be in the army or a prison governor, and I know that is really hard to believe. So I love that there was a hot soldier. I was like, you go, girl.
Yeah. I loved her. She was amazing.
She's wicked.
I thought she was great, yeah.
She's going to have a
And
booming career now. isn't she?
definitely. She's fun to watch.
So I watched On the Plane, It Ends With Us. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And read
So
the book.
how long ago was this out?
The book is about 2 years old.
The film?
6 months.
Well, I watched it because of all this hoo-ha. I have no idea what's going on. I'm not sure I really care. But I can't believe he's a bad man. I also went down a hole on his Instagram. And he's written all these books on sort of what a modern boy man should look like.
What's his name? Jason.
Try again, Hodge.
What's his name?
Should we sit here and wait for her to get it right?
Benaldi. What's his
Justin
name?
Baldini.
Justin.
I've never even heard of the guy until
Justin,
about
Justin.
2 weeks ago.
You're very good at names.
He's written all these books on sort of what it means to be a modern soft man, which I thought was a real sort of string in his bow. Obviously, that could all be.
It is quite creepy. Have
facade.
you seen the video of them dancing together?
Yeah, but they're just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a bit. Ooh.
Anyway, who knows? What a shame. I actually thought it was a really good film.
Well, the book is better than the film,
I haven't read the book.
but it is a good film. But like, the thing is, the book, the next one is It Starts With Us. So she must have signed to do both films because you couldn't have a different character.
I don't think they'll be doing another film.
But she wouldn't need him, would she, with It Starts With Her?
No,
he'd be the director.
He is in it because it's like modern day how they co-parent in the first one.
Oh, I see.
Anyway,
The other thing I watched on the plane, other than that, Chris Hemsworth had no Wi-Fi on the plane, just to be clear. I watched a really interesting docu about AI on the way out, which said the best thing in the world would be to shut it all down, but that's not happening, so we might as well get our heads around it, basically. It was saying how in medicine, they can upload... So they uploaded 3,000 images from mammograms that were positive with cancer.
yeah.
And it trains the computer. So it's really interesting. It was saying that the human brain works by reward signals or sort of penalty signals. So if you do something that's good or you like or right, you get a reward signal, which teaches your brain, and that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And that's how your brain learns.
Because you feel happy when you've done the thing.
Yeah, well, there's a positive outcome or whatever it
Okay.
is. So that's how you learn. You know, I guess when you're a baby, you cry, someone picks you up. Oh, reward. That was a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Cry again. But ultimately, the computer's just learning the reward or otherwise from an action. And it can obviously do that way quicker, to the extent that they put the world's best chess player of all time against a computer. They uploaded loads of outcomes and the computer beat the world's best. And then there's a game, is it called Dot? Oh, I probably got this wrong. But it's like, they're almost like minstrel size pieces that are they black, are they brown and white?
Oh, yeah. In little holes.
I don't know if they're in holes, yeah, possibly.
Like the grooves.
Yeah. Looks a bit like drafts,
Yeah.
but it's not, because there's way more pieces. And apparently the number of possible incomes is so high that they were like, this is no way a computer's going to be able to. And I guess they're learning from online versions of those games as well. But they put this like rocket scientist in front of AI, and they were like, we just don't think AI can do this, because there are 300,000, is it outcomes, or does anyway, and it beat the
It is petrifying, isn't it?
But what they were saying with medicine and the advances in medicine is that they can upload 3,000 images of mammograms that have tumours, and the computer can spot a tumour coming that a human eye wouldn't be able to see.
Wow.
And that is not a cure for cancer, but what it does mean is that we can focus on prevention more than treatment.
God, that's
And then
amazing.
they went into the development of drugs, and it was fascinating.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Fascinating. Anyway, I've signed up to a new newsletter that was recommended to me called The Neuron.
The neuron.
I think I sent it to you. Is it daily? Is it a few times a week? It's a newsletter about AI. Basically, there is so much happening, so much change. So whether it's ChatGPT has just added a new feature, or did you know that this is possible now, or whatever. But I would really recommend it. I've been getting it for a week.
I think I subscribed to something similar, but I don't think it's called the neuron.
I
but
know, it's
it,
called The Neuron.
condenses all the
I'm
information.
going to do that.
Yeah. A bit like our old Daily News in Brief, but about AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Hodge, on your new and noteworthy, we also have the evening elixir.
I have chocolate every evening after supper, and I'm trying to stop that. So just because I don't think it's good to have sugar before bed so late. So it's like 9:30. So I've started taking Welco's, which is Al McPherson's company, her evening elixir, which is a chocolate flavoured powder, and it's got magnesium, vitamin C, chamomile, something else in it. Anyway, it helps you sleep, helps your muscles recover when you're asleep, and it's good for the skin.
Is it
It's
like a
vitamin
hot chocolate?
C.
Is that what it tastes like?
It's a hot chocolate.
Ah,
So you can
lovely.
put water or milk in it. So I do hot water and then milk as well.
Nice.
It's really nice. I slept like a baby last night.
Unreal. How long have you been taking it for?
I
Like
have
a
actually heard
week.
it's quite good sleep. You like it?
But it's nice to have something chocolatey, but it's not chocolate, and that you have for bed. But
So, what the hell is this? Manifested 6 planets aligned on Saturday. What happened with the planets?
So we were talking about manifestation, yada yada, and she said you've got, even if you're sort of on the fence, you've got to manifest on Saturday.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
6 planets are aligning. I'm sure I told everyone who'll listen. There's 6 planets aligning on this day, and it won't happen ever again in your lifetime.
Oh my God, Hodge.
So
Cheers.
I did tell loads of people.
You're all right.
No, this sort of thing really
I
gets
told
me.
you on Friday night.
You told me, no, you didn't.
I did.
I tapped out of that
Anyway.
conversation.
It was that and tweakments. You were like, fucking hell.
I have this thing. All women my age do is talk about treatments, and that every time you go to a dinner, I'm like, I can't go.
I'm like, Georgie, you
I
don't
glaze
listen to
over.
this. It'll do your head in.
I actually sat down. I sat down on Saturday night. We were at a girls' only supper. My bottom had not hit the chair. And Kira, if you're listening, I mean, she's a fucking babe. This woman is like a seriously impressive barrister. And it started. I said, Kira, I can't do it. I looked at David and she goes, she can't do treatments. And I was like, I'm all for a treatment. But someone said to me once, just you wait, you get to a certain age, treatments and HRT is all anyone
God.
will talk to you about.
I'm
And you
perimenopause.
haven't started on that yet,
No,
but
not
I was
me.
like, can we change the subject? And then we had a really, really fun conversation about something totally different. And then she was messaging me last night saying, you crack me up. Anything but treatments.
Anything goes. for treatment.
Planets.
Anyway, so.
Planets, I could skip that too.
So we sat down on Saturday afternoon. So she said, you've got to write it down and then you've got to feel each thing as if it's happened. So I made James and the kids do it. So we had dinner on Saturday night before we watched Traitors Final. And so I said, right, everyone write down. James was literally like, oh God, Hodge. It's like, babe,
That's actually so
you
sweet.
won't regret it
Yeah.
if suddenly a yacht turns up on our drive.
Is that what you wrote?
You can't
will
be
have
so
a yacht.
literal, but I did. I did health for the family. I was like, guys, imagine how you feel if you're really healthy. Kids were like, go well. I'd really like a hamster. So we all prayed that. So James and I were like, she's not getting a hamster.
Absolutely not. And
Even if the planets align.
they
Sounds babe.
are just tailless rodents.
They are
Oh,
rodents,
no.
yeah.
Anyway, so we'll see.
What was-
Watch
sorry, what was
this
yours?
babe.
Yeah, what's yours?
Health.
Mine
Apart from health for
was
children.
health. Mine was career success. Mine was contentment, wealth. Bring it.
Yeah.
And what else is it? Something else.
You had quite a lot then.
Yeah, I had 5.
This is have
five.
six, one for each
No,
planet.
there were 6 planets. Oh no, I don't think you needed that.
What did Temps write down?
James wrote health. He just wanted to get it done. Well, can Tottenham win the league?
Yeah, good one. Don't waste it.
Ava said, can I meet Sabrina Carpenter and Taylor Swift?
Oh, that's so cute.
Anyway, it's like you write it out and then you think about it and you believe it and hopefully it happens.
I believe in that.
Mine, you and Noteworthy.
I'm using a new foundation. Dior Skin, like foundation stick that they brought out.
Oh yeah.
It's very
like the
good.
Charlotte Tilbury stick.
Yes, but it's not as dewy. It's a bit more of like a what you would expect because I think that one comes out very glossy.
It's very glossy.
Yeah, this doesn't.
Yeah.
But I think it's really, really nice.
Are you working with Dior?
No, I paid for it.
No, it's interesting because obviously you hear these things.
Yeah.
And like often you are working with a brand and you discover new things. I
Yeah.
mean, that happens to us a lot here,
Totally,
right?
yeah.
Like, we're lucky enough in that we get sent loads of stuff but if you genuinely discover it and buy it, then that speaks volumes.
Yeah, no, I bought it before Christmas.
What's it called? I'm listening more now.
It's the Dior Skin Foundation Stick.
Oh, I'd like a link to that.
Really nice.
Yeah, your skin looks glowy.
I actually haven't got my correct makeup on today because it was one of my New Year's resolutions to clean my makeup brushes more. Washed them all yesterday and they haven't dried in time. So
I do that.
I've basically put my makeup on with my fingers today, which isn't great.
That's not like you at
great.
all.
I know, horrible. I don't have to come on a podcast, so if
But
I
lots
look
of
like
makeup
shit,
artists
that's why.
do
You
that.
do it lovely. Right, well, while we're on the subject of beauty,
Also a Lush bag.
Naked Sundays.
Oh, I haven't even heard of the brand.
Me neither.
what?
No.
Mineral Glow Serum Drops.
Oh, nice. So is it like the drunk elephant ones? That sort of vibe?
Don't know. Cokie made me buy them.
Is it a base or do you put it on top of your makeup?
Base. So it goes under your...
Oh, it's quite light.
But my Vive skin primer's that colour.
That's good. That's
Like that.
one.
It
Yeah.
just makes you a bit glowy.
Yeah.
Lovely. So this is a Gen Z brand then. It's for the kids.
And then my other is... I love fragrance. As in, I get more and more obsessed with fragrances as I get older. This is not an ad. This was a gift. This is not an ad, though. I will 100% buy this when I finished it. But this is Creed. And for ages, I wore Aventus for her. And we've always laughed. Aventus smells like success, blah, blah, blah. That was our strap when we did a men's campaign. And I love Aventus. But when I was at Bicester with Hanya filming, Creed said, please pop in, we'd love you to choose something. And I chose this. It's called Carmina. And it's got rose in. I don't normally love rose.
Oh, I love rose in fragrance.
Yes,
yeah.
it's
It's
sweet
like
for me.
it's like a... Anyway, I'm going to spray. Are you ready?
Yeah, that is nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Got it yet?
I just think that is
Oh,
so...
yeah. Oh, it's nice.
Not as strong as the fragrances you usually go for.
So good. I'm obsessed with it. I mean, that's how much I've used already.
I really like that. It's delicious.
So that was my new and noteworthy. Done my TV. My other thing was my grind coffee machine. I mean, it's changed my life. I literally hop out of bed.
What, to get a coffee?
I literally can't get out of bed quick enough.
That's the same as me and Callum. Like, I run to make our frothy coffees, then I get back in bed and we sit in bed with them. It's like the best
Every
part.
morning?
It's my favourite part of
I
my
know,
day.
I do. Normally my trainer's arrived and I'm still standing with my coffee, like burning my throat.
Oh,
drinking it,
really?
yeah.
I love it in bed. It's like a ritual. It's like my favourite
That's so
part of the day.
cute. What time do you wake up?
7?
Oh.
I have no children to look after, so
Knock yourself out. Make the most of it, babe.
Before we move on, please do subscribe to the SheerLuxe podcast. It really helps us and allows us to keep making content like this. Sounds dramatic, doesn't it? Anyway, mustn't miss. I mean, you couldn't have more different answers. Do you know what each other's answers are?
Yeah.
Hodge.
There was a story on site last week about dark denim, and it inspired me to buy a new pair of the Citizens of Humanity Isla jeans in dark because I love the fit.
What shape are they?
They're straight, but they're wide.
Nice.
I really need some more jeans.
Those are great.
I was saying the same this morning. I don't really have that many pair of jeans.
Elaine and I bought the same. They are good.
So we'll see. They haven't arrived yet.
Oh, fingers crossed.
So we'll
then.
see.
But you already have the shape in another
But
colour.
I've got the shape in a
Don't
different
miss them, though. Don't miss them.
You must not miss these jeans.
colour. Don't miss them.
We're going to move on from dark denim to Maya's mustn't miss, which is...
The men in the office. I'm just loving seeing all the content that they're making. It's
my
so fun.
God.
Harvey in that brother one.
You're so good.
So-
Okay, can we reenact it? Well, how does it
Shall
go
I be
again?
Harvey?
You be...
Da-da-da, my brother. Da-da-da, mess with my brother because I said
Get your hands
so.
off my brother. Don't you touch my brother.
Because I said so.
I know. And Mahmuda pops up. Get your hands off my brother. I know.
Bermuda.
And I love it. He's just like full blue steel the whole time. And then as soon as the music's like change, he's like, he becomes like this different person.
He's so good.
He's really good at it.
He's made
I
for
know, we
broadcasting.
really like you, Harvey. Don't leave us
Yeah.
ever. And Joe.
And Joe.
I know.
Joe.
He's so polite. He's
And
lovely.
Adam. We love you, Adam.
We love Adam.
We love you, Adam.
I'm looking forward to seeing all like the outfit content from them all. They're going to be a force. Watch this.
We need
2025.
Getter in
SheerLuxe
there.
men.
We need Getter in there, and V.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
It's the year of
Great.
the SL men.
I think so too. It's the year of SL Man. We've said it loads, but it's really exciting. Even just Harvey going off to that.
Yeah.
There was some no-low bagel something going on.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
I'm here for it too.
And he
It's
got
great.
good street style.
Yeah, he's been mini
stopped-
miking in the
yeah.
streets of London.
I only picked some like massively famous guy. Also, the sweet guy, the dog. He
Yeah.
had the old Range Rover, Land Rover, whatever it was.
Yeah. Loving it. Anyway, what's yours? What should you not miss?
I really rely on SheerLuxe and LG to keep me in the loop.
Yeah.
I listened to LG, so I was with Coco on Saturday and we went to Harvey Nichols, just the two of us. And on the way there, I was like, darling, I need to listen to a couple of SheerLuxe podcasts because I'm quite behind in the car. We were listening to LG. God, that racing driver, she
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah, she's really
But I
cool.
really do rely on our team's content to keep me in the loop. I do a bit of an audit at the end of every day and I go through everything. And when I'm away, I get a bit behind because it's quite hard because I get back to my hotel room so late and then I've got a whole day of emails to get through. I got back on Friday and I was like, wow, I love it.
Oh, good.
So much goes on in a week.
Good, yeah.
So
Glad you can
much
go away
goes
and
on in
feel
a
like
week.
that.
Yeah.
But there's too much to mention. Let's move on to our hot topic. What there is to talk about is Alison Hammond and Dermot O'Leary.
What about them?
They
The new
are-
Anton Deck.
Oh my God. I think Dermot must wonder what he's doing with himself sometimes. I
reckon he is the happiest man.
He's
No,
so-
I think sometimes he's like, what am I doing? There was a bit about a store called Home Bargains. Do you know this store?
Yeah.
Well, he'd never heard of it until the other day.
How have you
And he went, you what?
Where is it?
And Alison goes,
in retail centres?
Home Bargains? Have you never heard of Home Bargains?
It's like a giant Poundland.
Oh, like when you go to there's a massive Next
In the outlets.
Boots.
Yeah.
So we've got a friend who loves a bargain. Like, she freaking loves a bargain. So I sent her an article from the Sunday Times business section last weekend saying that the retailer having the biggest love on the high street right now, or the biggest success, was Home Bargains, and that its EBITDA was like... Anyway, it was just fascinating
I love that.
about how cleaning products and
Yeah.
body wash were like the biggest sellers. And we were in Waitrose the other day and I picked up a bag of munchies and they were £3.50 and my husband put them back. He refused to buy them.
Yeah, there'll be a pound in Home
I
Bargains.
went on to Home Bargains. Well, $1.99.
Oh, well, there you go. Still cheaper.
$1.99.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, then I was going through Instagram and I've got a girlfriend. She and I always send each other memes. There was a clip of Alison and Dermot on this morning going over to this woman who had a new range of candles by Zoflora available at Home Bargains.
Bargains.
Have you heard of Zoflora?
I love Zoflora. I'm not going to lie, like a day, not so much anymore because I'm quite busy, but when I had more time, I would spend a few hours in Home Bargains.
Really? What do you get?
Anything from
get a
cleaning products.
Munchies.
Oh my God, you get a candle for $2.49. There's a video and Alison walks over, she picks up the candle, she goes, oh, Zoflora. She goes, I love Zoflora.
I do too.
And she goes, don't you love Zoflora, Dermot? And Dermot is looking at her going, what is this? She picks one up and she goes, oh, rhubarb. Oh, I hate rhubarb. And she goes, and cassis. And Dermot goes, I think that's blackcurrant like this. And then we have this chat about how much Alison loves the flora. And Dermot is standing there thinking, holy shit, what have I done with my career? I was going for sort of broadcasting and here I am. And I'll send it to you. It's so funny.
Zoflora have Mrs. What's her name? Mrs. Is that Hinch to thank for their success. She made the whole nation obsessed with Zoflora. That's why everyone loves it.
So the whole nation is obsessed with the flora.
Anyone that likes Home Bargains and cleaning, yeah.
As the woman said on This Morning, really freshens up a room.
Yeah, it's good to put in the bobby bin.
And Dermot goes, oh yeah, we love to freshen up a room. The poor guy, he had nothing to add. It is so funny. We need a fan appreciation page for those two. They are.
I reckon there probably is one.
They are.
She's great,
gold.
Gags.
She's hilarious.
They are gold.
She's great.
They are gold. Now the celebrity gossip. Anything I should know, ladies?
Honestly, this weekend's been a bit dry on the celebrity front. There hasn't been a lot come out.
Just that they're now going to Ryan Reynolds. Saying
if
he was
this is
really
TikTok.
mean on Deadpool.
TikTok is harsh.
Well, somebody that we know on Friday said that she, back in the day, used to interview Blake.
What was her vibe?
Yeah, everyone says she's really, really nasty,
Oh,
right? Yeah.
no.
By the way, I'm not saying she is.
No, but-
I really, and actually, I bloody feel for them all. It's vile. I mean, the whole.
Yeah, it's like a witch hunt, isn't it?
Why they don't just shut it down and release a statement together? And
I know, it's
just,
it's such a
not gonna
waste of
benefit
energy.
anyone. I
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was a great film.
Yeah, it's very
Atlas
watchable.
Is heaven.
Yeah.
It's all about Alice. Forget about Alice.
Yeah.
It's all about Alice.
Agree.
In our last segment, we are answering dilemmas. Someone said, Georgie, please give us bag and shoe recommendations. Which Bottega bag did you get? I got the small hop just because I'm sort of over carrying a really huge bag. Now, I'd rather have a separate tote. It's quite annoying you can't put it over your shoulder. That's the only
Can you not?
thing. But I'm a bit of a crook gal anyway. I do really like the Fendi Peekaboo.
Yeah, that's lush.
I think that's I've looked at that for years. They have some really lovely woven ones as well. They did a lovely denim blue, which I never bought and always regretted it. Anyway, shoes. I'm quite a Saint Laurent shoes girl.
M&S is actually doing some very good shoes at the moment.
I know, I got those brown loafers.
Yeah, those like YSL dupe loafers, brown ones. Really nice.
I was in YSL on Saturday actually getting some trousers altered and they had the leopard. Coco was like, Mummy, put them back. I was like, okay.
What, the loafers?
Yeah, they were leopard.
Oh, good.
They're such a good shape.
You know Pete
The YSL
Hawkins,
ones are the
Whitney's
perfect shape.
husband,
Yeah.
who used to be creative director of Tom Ford, he loves a leopard loafer with like a crop trouser.
So good.
How do you combine comfy and warm with stylish?
Not very well, actually. Layers. Like a shirt with a vest over
Gosh,
the top.
where have you been?
I know, Springs
Where,
and Flora.
I mean, you can follow her on Instagram.
You will actually see a hack of mine that
I
got a
know
million
it.
views.
Oh, which one's that?
You wear leggings and a long sleeve
And a
top
bonnet.
under anything you've got on. Keep you warm.
Primark do fleecy leggings now.
Oh.
Like the lined ones, yeah.
Inside fleece. Oh, nice.
You're wearing leggings under there?
No, I'm not right now, but I have done in the past when it's been
Oh,
colder.
it's still quite bulky. I mean, I just think cashmere socks have just changed
Yeah.
the game, haven't they?
Yeah, do love a cashmere sock.
And Uniqlo, everyone raves about here for their layers. I need to go and get in there.
Same. I
A
need to go to
turtleneck-
that side.
A turtleneck under a shirt looks very good, and that keeps you warm. That looks
Have you-
nice.
What have you got
can't
under
pull that
there?
off. Just a bra.
You're not freezing.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
so
well,
cold
hurry up,
right
hurry
now.
up. I've been dating this amazing person for a while, but they're not exactly what I pictured for my future. They don't want kids, but I always have. I really care about them, but I'm struggling. I'm guessing she means the other half, but I'm struggling to accept it and move forward. Do I break it off before I get too deep? What should I do?
Speaking from personal experience,
Yeah, I've got one of those too.
when I met my now husband, he told me he would never, ever, ever get married. And we used to have so many conversations about it for years until the day he proposed to me.
I say they were pep talks.
Yeah. They were. George usually says to me, don't ever be someone's wife before he actually marries you. What he used to tell me.
Stop doing his washing.
Yeah.
You were really nice to him.
I know, I am nice. He told me until the day I got proposed to, it was adamant he did not want to be married, didn't want marriage, blah, blah, blah. I could have broken it off like in our first year of dating had I have believed that.
Yeah.
But he just needed to mature and grow up a bit. And then by the time we were in our 30s, he realised he couldn't live without me and he proposed to me.
So if you had the conversation, like, when did you change your mind?
Yeah, he said it was lockdown when we moved in together.
Okay.
And he realised
What
I was the only person he could actually stand to be around. I think he just grew up and realised, actually,
Yeah.
you know what? What's wrong with marrying the love of your life?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I think if you don't want to get married, that's fair enough.
Totally, yeah.
But I think if one of you does and it means that much to you, then I think you'd hope the other person would want
Yeah.
to make you happy. If they see you as their life partner,
Yeah.
you'd hope that they would just go, well, if it makes her happy.
It's worth saying I come from a family, my parents are still together, and pretty much like 90% of my wider family, so aunties and uncles, they are all still together and
Yeah.
have had kids, etc. So I come from a background where, like, for me, love is only a positive thing, marriage is only a positive thing. He actually comes from divorced parents, and a lot of his friendship group have all got divorced parents as well and have
Yeah, which
remarried.
is fair
It
enough.
does.
So that was his perspective on
Completely,
it. Yeah.
completely. I
But
get that.
I did accept. I did accept. Sort of like 5-6 years in, I was like, listen, I would rather live my life with this man than him not in it at all. So I will sacrifice not getting married if that's really what it comes down to in the long run, as long as we are life
But
partners.
what about children? He wanted children.
No, we both want kids.
Yeah,
and
okay, yeah.
Because
Because I feel that is
We
more
don't
of
not
a
align on
commitment
that,
than
yeah.
marriage. Having children
Oh,
together,
God, yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, because that's forever. And
Yeah.
you're all, like friends of mine who are divorced, who have children together, it's hard because you're in constant contact with them. You can't move on. You can move on, but, you know, they're a part of your life. And if
Yeah.
it was a toxic relationship, then that is really, really
well,
hard.
if it is a toxic relationship, of course, but if this person is an amazing person and the only thing right now is they're not sure if they want kids in the future, you don't know what's going to happen later. Like, I've got friends that have always said they'll never have children, and they will. I know they will.
I've got a story which is they're my parents' age, and he and she were very, very happily married. Like they were sort of, this is my parents' version of the events. Anyway, they were very, very happily married, and he was adamant he didn't want children. Eventually, it just broke her. And she just said, I can't be married to you anymore. I really, really want to be a mother. Anyway, they divorced. She sadly has never had children. He married somebody quite a bit younger. He's now a father of, is it 2, is it 3?
Oh, that is devastating.
And he is, by all accounts, a really lovely father. I do really believe that women have a maternal instinct to breed more than men. And that's not to say that that's always the case.
No, it's because of our clocks and
But
biology.
I think, you know, our ovaries and
Yeah.
I don't think men get broody in the same way. Not all, some do. But I think quite a lot of the time they don't. And they don't really get it when you're pregnant. But when they hold their own baby in their arms, it all clicks.
Sure.
I mean, I think you have to be quite honest. I do know somebody who did that, oops, I'm pregnant.
On purpose.
Yeah.
And they're not together. But she's got her children and
But the
you know, he's a father to them and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it didn't help their marriage. The oops, I'm pregnant didn't help their marriage.
Yeah.
But I also think men sometimes do need a bit more cajoling because I don't think they have that same urge to breed.
Yeah, I agree.
as
That's
we
kind of my
do
point.
always.
Yeah.
I remember being pregnant with my second and thinking, I'm never going to love it as much as I love my first, blah, blah, blah. And someone said to me, your heart doesn't halve, it doubles. And it's so true.
Oh,
And
that's
the minute you'd have 10, you'd love them all as much.
Aw.
And I do think it's the same for men, but I think you have to be a bit honest.
Yeah.
I feel it's
But
so
maybe
hard
be a bit
because
pushy.
I
Maybe
was
be a bit
thinking,
pushy.
like, do you give yourself a time limit of a year? But then you fall deeper and deeper in love, and then it's more of a
that's hard to
heartbreak, and then
leave.
you're missing out on meeting other potential people. Do you get out now? Because if your morals and values and life goals aren't aligned, then that's a big red flag anyway.
I would want to know why he's so adamant he doesn't want children. You know, has he come from a broken home, and so he just fears the worst, and maybe with time
That could change.
and love from you that could change, or is it something more than that? In which case, I'd want to get to the bottom of that probably, because I don't know that many men that are so rigid.
Yeah.
I think our advice would be then not to just sit on it and hope it changes. You have to take matters into your own hands and see and just have continued conversations and keep checking in with how you feel.
But equally, if it's early days,
Yeah, that's what I feel like you're
Sorry to
jumping the gun a
interrupt.
bit.
I feel like early days. I mean, I was watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days last night with Coco. If it's early days,
Get out and run.
And you're going, will you have children with me? The guy's like, holy. Don't even know if I want children. I mean, there's a difference, isn't there?
Yeah.
But also, if it's early days, then don't invest
Then are you
your
stressing
heart.
it?
Don't
Are you
invest
stressing
your
over it a
heart
little
in
bit too
it.
much?
Like, bugger off and
Who knows? There's no
Get
rule
back on
book to
Hinge.
life, is the answer.
There are plenty of ways to skin a cat.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you, ladies. That is definitely it for today. We talked far too long. If you enjoyed that, then do please like, review, leave us a comment. Please subscribe. It helps the podcast be found. Thank you, Hodge. Thank you, Maya. Thanks for listening, and we will be back soon. Bye-bye.